You told on yourself.
Says live on this end.
Says live. Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to, I don't think,
Engage.
the intro in, but that's okay.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Well, surf music.
Yeah, I think we just started out live because I was trying to get down to the banner that normally does the countdown, but that's okay. That's cool. That's fine.
A shotgun start.
Yeah, shotgun start. We're live, going for it. Sorry about that. I was trying to get it. I've got to get new glasses. I discovered today that these glasses just, who's got what's going on in the background? Because somebody's I was trying to get down to the banner that normally does the countdown. Somebody's got some. Everybody mute yourself real quick so just to get it quick to stop. So anyway, yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing now with these glasses, and these are my last pair that I got. So I'm gonna have to get new glasses. That's pretty well on my list to do. Make an eye appointment and get them. So welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. And yeah, we normally do the little intro, but I clicked on the start broadcast, and usually I count to 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, and then hit the intro. And guess what? I was looking for the intro, and the 5 passed away, and we are here. So glad to have you all out there tonight. I appreciate it. JJE. Let me see if I can get these glasses straightened out where I can see. Russ Meadows.
Get those glasses straightened out.
Dixon Hoffman. Heirloom Game Calls. Anybody else want to see who's all out there and call them out?
Russ Meadows.
Yeah. John.
Dan
Engie.
Jimbo.
Donald
Barker's out there.
Hey, Jimbo.
AJE, Dan.
Bill's out there. Aussie man.
Aussie man, yep.
Aussie man, he's always here.
Ross Meadows is out there. Donna.
Heirloom Game Call.
Somebody was asking me today, and I'm trying to think of his name. I'll have to go back and look at. Let me pull up. Yeah, let me pull up Facebook over here. Anyway, somebody was asking me today about joining the panel, and I said, I'm limited to the amount of people that can be on the panel because we have to reserve one spot for the person that is the guest. So my point being is I could reserve another spot, but to be honest with you, I'm having a hard time deleting Brenda off of our list of people that are on the panel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't find, I know she's not here. Trust me. I know she's not here, but her name is on the panel.
Well, think about what she would say. She would say, do it, damn it.
Well, I understand that, but it's my feelings that I'm having a hard time. And I will delete her. Yes, it's coming. Don't get me wrong. I will delete her. But my point being is I thought about it today when that person asked to join the panel. I thought it today. I said, well, if I delete her, then there'll be room for another person. But just can't find it within myself right yet to delete her. I will. I promise it'll come, but just can't find it right yet. But on an up note, been doing a lot of 3D printing around here, and I know the guys have been doing some stuff, and they're ready to show their stuff off. Before we start anything else, if you would not mind, click the little bell up in the corner and you'll know anytime I put a new video or live stream on. And
Put that,
if you don't
put that
mind,
thumbs up.
subscribe
Put that thumbs up.
and give me a thumbs up. I dropped my subscribe.
Don't use any other fingers but the thumb.
Sound like a personal problem to me, Russ.
Yep, I'm looking for my subscribe. Where the heck did the subscribe go?
Don't fall out of your chair, Russ.
Hey, Russ.
I'm not sitting on it.
Hey, Russ. Hey, Russ, don't fall out of your chair.
I don't feel
I'm
bad,
not
Russ.
playing
I
on
lose a couple of subscriptions.
Oh, there he goes, guys.
Because nobody would laugh if you fell out of your chair.
No, be sad.
That wouldn't make me laugh at all.
He always does it for ratings.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
why he
Now, now he's falling and he can't get up.
If
You
he's
can-
anything
No,
like
I
me
have
with-
not. I have not falling. I'm looking for the stupid subscribe thing.
If he's
And I'll be
anything like
danged if I'm not going to let this show go by without doing the subscribe.
Russ,
If he-
Russ,
if he's like me when he bends over like that, I'm waiting for him to rip one.
Russ, are you drunk again?
Everybody drops their stuff. I just
Yes,
got to drop
Mexican
my
now.
pipe. My pipe fell behind my desk, and I
I'm
had
the
to
one
find it.
that had the adult beverage. It's gone, by the way.
Was it a
All right, I give up.
Welcome back.
I
Russ.
give up. I can't find the subscribe. But if you wouldn't mind subscribe, I don't know what I mean. You literally drop it down in front of you, and you would think something this size would be able to show up. But
Not always.
Subscribe, YouTube, Simply Wooden Creations.
yep, subscribe.
Russ Meadows says it's under the desk.
Well, it's not underneath the desk because I can see everywhere underneath, but I have no clues to where it went. So we'll leave it alone. So
Hey,
anyway,
Donald's got
thank you
you
for being
covered.
here tonight, and let's get on with it. Dixon, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me on the planet. You can find me at HoffmanSignsAndDecals.com. And here Saturday night. Paul.
You can
Paul.
find me right here on Saturday night. And you can find me on Paul's Messy Workshop on YouTube and on Instagram. And you can find me tomorrow watching Al's stream on whatever that program is. But-
Kilroy 79763.
Yeah, over on Twitch. And he'll have a good show. He's always got a good show, and he's got it on every week. So that's all I
Donna.
got to say.
You can find me in Alabama, except for
Alabama.
next weekend. Next weekend, you will find me in Irving, Texas. You can find me on YouTube, Donna's Embroidery Plus. You can find Donna's Wooden Art. You can find me on Facebook. Other than that, just go, hey, where you at? And I'll tell you.
Look, you
Chris.
found it.
Hey, boys and girls, Chris here from the Old Cranky Workshop. Find me on Facebook, find me on YouTube, and by the pool these days. That's all.
Jim.
Jim Bashir's Driveway Workshop, very small channel. And I guess you can find me out here in the garage working on stuff.
Donald.
I'm Donald Matthews. My YouTube channel is Donald Vlogifies Woodshop. My website is rednecknowhow.com, and I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Ow.
Remember, folks, subscribe. Just for fun, Kilroy 79763, 2 p.m. Sunday. Search for Kilroy 79763. That looks horrible, don't it? All over the place.
That's 2 o'clock Eastern, and it's 3 o'clock real time.
There we go. There we go. And I wanted to say that Russ found his subscribe little sign. Back to you, Russ.
It fell forward, not backward. I was looking behind me and it fell forward. So I
You
finally
should
found
always look
found
forward,
the
Russ.
subscribe sign. So subscribe if you don't mind.
What's
It was
behind you is in
weird
the
because I
past.
kept looking backward and I'm like, where the heck did it go? And so I finally tilted my head to the front, and I was like, there it is in the front. I was like, oh, well. To make a long story short. All right, so it's shop talk. We're going to talk about things that's going on in your shop. I've got a lot of stuff that I've been doing in my shop.
Hey,
So I'll
here.
save it for last. And let's go with the first one on the row is Dixon. What have you been doing in your shop?
Well, today I did a lot of printing concrete walls.
Okay.
Plaster, not printing.
Let me get you. Hold on. Let me get
not
you
printing.
slowly layout.
Not printing, but plaster.
Oh, cool.
And they're all made out of plaster. And here's what I found out. If anybody's interested, sometimes here's one
that's pretty cool. I like that.
Here's what I found out. I bought this master one like this, and I took the plastic off, and lo and behold, the plastic held its shape. So I tipped them upside down, and I used that plastic heat shrink to make the rest of them. So I don't have to make a mold.
Cool.
And the other things was the cardstock semis and pallets and the billboards.
Those are cool.
3D printed.
Nice.
I like
This
those.
is O scale, and this little one is HO scale.
Very creative.
Well, now, how do you get the sticky? Is that something you put on the billboard after you print it?
Yes, that's just a cardboard sign that's printed out, just like this semi right here. As you look at it, it's cardstock.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
It's all cardstock, and it's just printed off it's quicker than 3D printing, but when it comes to the smaller detailed stuff, these pallets and that, it's just cardstock.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So I recycle all the cardstock. They throw pallets of it away at work, and they said, "How much do you want?" And I said, "Well, I don't need a pallet full, but." And this
That's
is just
pretty
made out of
cool.
plastic.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. In other words, you cheated and built the trailer in 3D and just put the cardstock in as the Pepsi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of cheating there, Dixon.
Well, I got to do what's feasible, and it's not worth it. You can build a semi really quick in like 3 hours. It would take a long time to 3D print that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just messing with you, my friend.
Yeah, I know you. And then the windows, I printed a bunch of these. Now this is a FDM window for inserts on a building, but this is O scale, and I found out it's too small if I do it in HO scale. So I'm test printing right now the smaller ones with the resin printer. But other than that, the windows and the doors came out pretty good for FDM.
Oh yeah, that looks good. That does look good.
You
I printed. My wife did a 3-story house that she built. She bought it from Hobby Lobby, wooden, and she had to put it all together. And the the attic actually is what it would say to be. She said, "What am I going to do with this room up here?" And I said, "Let's do it. Do it as a game room." And she said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, do it as a game room." So I downloaded components. I downloaded like legs from Thingiverse, and I downloaded different things from Thingiverse. And then I made the pool table itself on Thingy. I was proud of myself. I am the worst of 3D printing makers, but I was able to actually make a pool table. Was pretty simple. Make it, raise the sides, put holes in each corner, and weld it, and boom, you got a pool table top. And then I took the legs I found off of Thingiverse and put it underneath, and I made her a pool table. I made her a couple other things like that. But anyway, her upper floor on that her wooden house is a game room, and one of those things is a pool table I made out of 3D printing. I just put some super glue on it and stuck them to the bottom of the pool table, and it turned out perfect.
So she's a maker, and we haven't had her on the show yet.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
I will show you her house she's been working on. She's been only working on it for 3 or 4 years.
So that means she's seasoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's seasoned, all right, with Daddy's help. Paul, what do you got to show off?
Well, I sent you a picture about a week and a half ago for last week's show, and you never showed it or anything.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I sent it to contest at Simply Wooden Creek. Anyway,
somehow I overlooked it or messed it up.
Anyway, I'll see if I can. That's a planter. That's a planter box I made.
I thought I showed that.
Oh, cool.
Nice. A lot of work.
And that's made out of cedar fence pickets.
Yeah. Russ, can you make it bigger?
Yeah, solo.
Well, hold on. I can make it bigger. First off, let me make it bigger.
Solo.
Solo layout.
There it is.
Neat.
Give me a second. Keep holding it. I know you have arthritis, but
Paul, those are pretty clean fingernails for such a messy shop.
Yeah, I washed dishes tonight, so that cleans your fingernails too.
Oh, that came out real good.
Yes.
And then all you do is go buy a hanging plant and stick in there and take the hanger off of it, and it makes it look fancy.
It went away, Paul.
Went away. Anyway, that's what I've been doing, is making that.
Very cool.
all right. You said you sent it last week.
Yep, I sent it on the 24th to contest at Simply Wooden Creations.
Well, I do not have it. I don't know what happened. I'm looking.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm not saying that. Let me look through the.
Maybe it went to your spam folder.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm looking at. Spam. It's not even. It's not even in spam.
It didn't come from Paul's Messy Workshop. It came from PSC.
Well, it's not even in spam either. So,
moving right along.
Yeah, it's not even in spam. No. So I sorry, Paul.
Hey, that happens.
Yeah, but yes, I don't have it. The first one's from Gerald Vance, Leonard Davis, Al Forte, Jeff Walsma, Leonard Davis, Kilroy.
Yeah, TJ, he did do a really good job.
Yeah, so I'm sorry that
he did such a good job. I'm building some too.
Yeah, Al's heavy into that now, making those.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you other than
next.
Yeah. Then it's Donna. I know you've been doing a lot of embroidery and stuff, so you got to have a ton of stuff to show us.
Donna's got a green thumb.
This is the last several days what I've been working on. And you can see what the tape.
Wow.
Those came out great.
Those are amazing.
Yes, that is beautiful.
And even the leaves are embroidered.
Oh, wow.
So that's like, and then I guess these will be keychain cord keepers that I'm working on.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
And let's see, bags, zipper bags, and
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
footy towels.
Ooh, fluffy.
And then get it out of here.
How are you having success in selling this stuff?
Oh, I'm supposed to sell it? Actually, right now, I'm just getting stuff ready to. I have to show over at the Applique Getaway with my sister, and she doesn't make all this stuff that I do. So I make this stuff, and I'm taking down there to show people what they can do with their machines.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them don't realize you can do all this. And then I do that's the only thing lately I've been doing is the Christmas store over at the museum.
Hey, Donna, can you show that cord keeper again to us, please?
cord-
Russ, can you solo it so I can see it?
Another one, Joe. Over there.
The one that looks like a strawberry?
Yeah, that one's a
There
strawberry.
you go. There you go. I love that.
I love, yeah, that is cool as crap.
Keychain thing on it, and I'm fixing to make a bigger one so it'll hold it.
Oh, a little monkey one too. Oh my God.
And we got the monkey and the mango and the bee,
It's Busy Bee.
and then I got an avocado over there somewhere too. But I'm still working on them.
Very nice.
Wow.
All I gotta say is Donald is a troublemaker.
Do what?
All I gotta say is Donald is a troublemaker.
Strawberry is not what I first saw when I glanced at
I don't know what you were thinking.
it. No, this is a family show.
Donald, keep it up. You're going to get banned from the show.
Yeah, can I ban him? Can I ban him? Can I ban him?
Chris.
Well, I haven't been out in the shop the past week or so because it's been like Indian Ocean hot out there. So, but I have gone back to my model airplane work. So,
Oh, well, hold on. I want to see it. Hold on. Let me get your solo layout.
there you go.
There you go.
Just-
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But it's going to be Naval Reserve with the orange stripe around the mid body. So
What type? P-52? What is it called?
AT6.
this would be the AT6.
See?
The Air Corps called it. The Navy called it SNJ. So
Cool. Is that
I
a
knew that.
pilot in there that you put in?
no, there's no pilot. I don't put pilots in my aircraft models. 'Cause
No,
it's
I couldn't tell when you were swinging it around so fast. That's actually the the interior.
That's the egress system. The seat that it
Right.
sits in.
That's the
I got
beginner
it,
one
but-
where they train the pilots. They train
Yeah.
them with that one.
This would be
Yeah.
the advanced trainer.
Yep.
They would start with a PT-17, move up to this, and then on to whatever they're going to fly. So
Reminds me of McHale's Navy. PT-17.
it's going to
That's
get
great.
So Chris, add pilots to it.
What's that?
Yeah.
Are you gonna add some pilots to it?
No, but the way I build my planes is they're sitting there like they'd be sitting at the edge of the runway. There's no pilot on board yet. So, and I'm not very good at painting those tiny figures either. So,
You got me wanting to build one, but I can't bring myself to pay $30 for a model kit.
the prices have gone crazy. I look at my collection.
Yeah, they
around
have.
here.
I ran into this model kit at and I haven't even opened it yet.
Yes.
At Walmart for like $20.
Yeah.
And I wish our Walmart had stuff like that.
Yeah, so I run into that. I still haven't even opened it, and I want to build it, but it's the what's it called? The B-wing fighter. And when I went in there and seen that, I was like, that little stand. They had several things in there, and one of this was this, and I was like, all right, for $20, I'll give it a try. So
There are lots of fun ones.
I just
Yeah,
yeah,
prices
so
have gone crazy. The one I really want, but I'm not going to pay $150 for it. So I'll wait till someone's got it on sale someplace.
I remember I have flashbacks to Daddy wanting to beat my butt for wanting to spend $4 for an old Ford Model A hot rod.
My AT6 was $800,
Well, you're flying, that's different.
but I get to fly it. Yeah, I can fly it.
yeah. All right, Jim, what do you got?
Well, most of the week I spent making videos for work. Some of them might get up on YouTube on our company's YouTube channel, but I got my first kind of foray into making stands and stuff for equipment out of 2020 rail. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a vision system camera. But pretty cool. I just bought the rail and the parts and put it up there so we can do demonstrations for customers. Oh, that should be pretty cool. But other than that, it's been about it this week. Those videos are hard to make.
Cool.
I can't stand making videos.
No, I saw that when you posted. I was thinking, like, dang, that's pretty cool. That's almost like you could make one of those, take print or pictures of your models too.
Yeah. Yep. I'm thinking about tearing that K40 laser I've got apart and get some more of this rail and just make another laser out of it.
Recycle it.
Yeah, I've got that CO2 laser, but I mean, the way the bed was in it when it came from the factory and everything, never to get too far with it. And it's got such a small bed on it, you know.
The K40?
Yeah. Yep. And I don't use it hardly ever. So I could make a bigger one with the, frame out of this 2020 rail and try that. It might be my next big project. It'll never get done.
Yeah.
Nah,
I understand.
it'll just be there waiting for you.
Yep.
Donald.
Yeah, let me see if I can
Pick up Donald, and it was a strawberry.
Oh yeah, I saw Donald's picture. That looked great.
Is Donald asleep again?
I'm
Looks like he's asleep.
There he is.
okay.
No,
You're on
please
the
put it
internet.
back. Put it back.
You're on the internet on the planet Earth.
Hang on a second. I'm trying to. Can you see that, or you just see me?
To see you.
I just see your ugly face.
Let me see here.
You need to talk to Paul about being able to.
My tutoring is not cheap.
Yeah, screen share.
He's the screen share king.
Well, your ugly ass is fixing to go off.
Hang on a second. Okay, there we go.
Rough crowd.
I know it.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. Well, it didn't work right. Anyway, I've just been putting up bow ties and stuff in that table.
How thick are
Okay,
those
would
bow
you
ties in
like
that
for
table,
me to
Don?
show what you've been doing?
Yeah.
All right, let me
Donald,
go.
How thick are those bow ties?
About a quarter of an inch, maybe
They're
a little
fancy.
thicker.
Yeah, they look good. Did you cut those by hand?
No, I cut them on the bandsaw. I had some scraps of
No,
mahogany.
I mean, did you inset them by hand?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Well, I removed some of the waste with the router and then used a hand chisel to fit it in, get it fitted.
Yeah, they look good.
Thanks, sir.
All right,
should
since
do some
you
shape like
can't
a strawberry.
are not capable of doing it, I'll do it for you.
Well, I figured it out now.
present screen. Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a professional show.
Right.
Yep.
0 dead time.
There we go.
Can you see his Facebook page?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what he's talking about. He's been making these. This, what is it? A tabletop?
Yes, the tabletop. The housemate has the old. You remember the old Singer treadle sewing machines? Those metal.
Oh yeah,
stands?
yeah. I remember. I had a set of them, and I had to make a tabletop for those about 3 years ago.
She
I've got a
had one.
question.
She had one that had that already had a top on it, but it's got stuck up under her carport and stuff at that place she was staying at before, and it's rotted and dry rotted. So
Now you
that
had a problem with a knot in the middle. So what did you use to fill that you're showing the picture of?
I put what I was trying to do was put some gold leaf down in there, and I sprinkled just a tiny bit of red glitter, kind of make it look like rubies on gold, and it turned out looking like not what I wanted it to look like.
No,
But
no,
it's still
no,
pretty
no.
cool.
It looks
Well-
fine, Donald.
It looks right. I was gonna say, for being a mistake, it looks great.
I think once I get the poly on out over
No,
everything,
for
I think
being a
it'll look
mistake, it looks great. You see, you have the dark on the. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but you have the dark on the right,
right.
and then it highlights to the red kind of on the left. I
Yeah,
think
and-
that's perfect.
And there's some gold. If you look at it, the camera don't catch it right, but if you're actually looking at it, you can see the little gold leaf that I put in there too.
That looks
Yeah.
great.
No, it looks good to me. I mean,
Thanks,
I
sir.
looked at it and I noticed you posted it and said something about you didn't think it looked that great, but I thought it looks fantastic.
It wasn't what I was going for, but still, I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it sometimes your mistakes turn out to be masterpieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a
I mean, I'm
question on
serious.
the-
I had a mistake on something and I did, and I fixed it, and I showed the lady and I said, "There's a mistake here, but if you like it, you can still have it or whatever." She looked at it and she goes, "I can't find the mistake," and I said, "Okay, well, give me your
Sold.
$50 and let's keep on going."
Well, that's $50 extra since there's no mistakes.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got a question out in the chat.
Okay.
Len's handcrafted wood signs wants to know, because he came in a half hour late, if we can start the show over from the
Oh
beginning.
yeah.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Sorry,
Because
Len.
my wife already told me I got 1 hour and I'm going to have to quit. So you're
Okay.
at 8:30, what, 33?
So
Well, tell
or
her,
whatever.
tell
so
her,
it's my turn then.
tell her you're
So,
working on Central
Al.
Time.
Tell us what we can sing for you.
If you would, Russ, just share my screen. I already got it presented there. You just need to pop it
Share
up.
the I can't share the screen. I'll just do solo layout.
Yeah. Well, but there's another one down there that you can solo.
Oh, you can. Oh, never mind. No, there's not.
It's
Hold
not-
on, let me look. Nope, there's not. That's just you.
You don't see my.
I take that back. I take that back. I found it.
Here it is. So I've been doing several things. What I pulled off of the laser were these pieces here. I've just been playing with boxes, PY, right, Jim? But anyway, that's what these are here. I tried to make some ridges. It took forever to cut. I guess it's like 1 millimeter down in there. I think I'm going to do them on the table saw maybe or something like that. Put them on the sled. But anyway, yes, I had one drink.
Margarita?
That's it there. Cutting away, it took forever. But anyway, I've also started to do a project from these are pallets, slats for pallets.
Those are what kind of wood is that?
Looks like poplar.
Poplar
Yes,
from,
poplar.
from
Looks like
a
poplar.
recycled pallet. The top is going to be like grandchildren in the family or whatever, and then each one, and we're still missing 2 slats because there's 10 grandchildren, but it'll be their names and their birth dates on there. And Nana's going to put that up on her wall. She really wants to do that. And also too, Nana's been doing bows, and the laser is coming really handy to cut to cut out.
When I saw that when you posted, I said he cut that with a laser.
Yeah, it was cut with the laser. Yes. There's also another one here. There's one thing that I want to show you. That was working on the wood as I was going forward and stuff. But anyway, cleaning it up. There shouldn't be any bad pictures in here anywhere. But I also been working, and this is where I stopped. I made this little cable with these little small spade connectors because I'm trying to rewire. I actually took it out of the cabinet and moved it backwards. But I'm trying to work on an old radio, and that's as far as I've gotten. So my shop's been the electronics shop, the wood shop. This was a pain to get out. Oh my God. It was like there was these little, see, I'm going back and forth between wood, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I worked a little bit on that and went back to some this is going to be a big old plaque that says something unpolitically correct, I think. Again, that's pallet wood too. Lots of static in the shop. But the one I want to show you guys.
Oh, hamburgers.
July. Paul was watching me take these pallets apart, by the way. I'm still not quite there. Oh, yeah, there's the inside of my Mustang. It had pallets on top of it for like the last 5 years.
I think I see the problem. You had all those coffee cans in there.
Yes. Yes. See, there's some pallet wood before being. Yeah, see the pallets on top of the Mustang?
Yeah.
The nails are really easy to take out if you do them that way. Come on, keep going. Keep going. See, there's all little pieces from the old slats. I cut my pallets on the ends.
Yeah.
There's one of the boxes that I'm trying to imitate that plastic one back there. And
boy, you're scattered all over. Are you going to finish any of those projects?
He never
finishes. They're all in the works.
He never finishes anything.
They're all in the works. They're all in the works.
I'm going to give you $100 if you put that radio back together.
This is well, the radio is going to be there for a while too. This one here is finished. I have a box. See, the wood got clean. Nice little box. Anyway, let me jump out of here real quick and go straight back to this right here. There is a convertible shelf. It's sitting on the floor. I was working with the wheels, set it down. This thing, when you pick it up, let me see if I've got a.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and I was thinking about the plans for that too, because that actually could help me out in my shop.
Russ, it is awesome, Russ. It opens up.
But I could actually just by your pictures duplicate it. So
everything is there's some other stuff that I'm working on.
Yeah, but anyway, I was thinking about building one of those too, and we'll see how it goes. But yes,
there's laying down. I can plane at the end and stuff, and then I can have it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is actually awesome.
The problem with that rack is if you build one of them, then you're going to have more room to buy more equipment in your shop.
Yeah.
Well, I want to take my miter saw and do the same thing with a cabinet like this. So it stands up, and the miter saw is in the center, and everything else to the left and to the right is the rack. And I can also have some other things up there. The rack or the guide, I don't know what to call it. But
yeah, that's pretty cool. The guy that made that was ingenious, and I know you post on there who made it and the plans, but like I said, I just have to look at it and I can duplicate it. So
what's his name? Mr. Peach. I know
Matthew Peach.
What?
Matthew Peach.
Matthew?
I can't duplicate it. I need plans.
Anyway, that's all I got for right now. I probably have more stuff, but
I think I found your problem with complete
Oh,
project, Val.
oh.
You got too much going on at once.
Never. And Jimbo's supposed to be making this. I sent him the link to Thingiverse. He's supposed to be making this thing, and I'm assuming on the scroll saw. I can't wait to see it. Of course, this one was done on the laser, right? Anyway, you guys have seen it. Okay, Russ, I give the floor back.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of this without kicking you out.
Well, if you do, you do.
Problem is, he keeps coming back.
Yeah.
You should do hold on a second. Maybe if I unpresent. Let's see, present. Edit name stop.
You
screen.
might have to. There you go. There you go. You had to unpresent because if not, I was going to kick you out. So
I didn't. Yeah. Okay, but there we are.
Yep. Thank you. No, that's a lot of stuff you've been working on.
It's what keeps me. It's what keeps me going.
Yeah, I've got. We got like the show's going to end at promptly 9 o'clock. I've been doing a lot of 3D printing lately. Just playing around with stuff. First one I want to show off is, and here I'll do my solo layout. Millennium Falcon. Now this is resin printed. So it is pretty doggone detailed. It's only about 4.5, 5 inches long, maybe. You know, I'm not.
Was that just one piece?
Yes, it's one piece. But a few things didn't print out quite right, but it's okay. I mean, for the whole part, I'm working on. You see, I started into the resin printing and I quit. And now I'm back into it. So I'm working on getting everything like up and corrected. One of the things that did not print out right was the scanner on top. You see, it only printed out half of it.
Cut it off.
And
Put
that
another
didn't
one up.
print out was there was a window thing on this side. But if you flip it over, there's not one on that side. So
Maybe they got shot out by a TIE fighter, Russ. Did you ever think
well,
of that?
I was going to say I could just post this as being shot. The scanner got shot off by a TIE fighter. So
it actually got knocked off in return.
It probably happened in a Kessel run.
The next thing I went and I printed was an Enterprise.
My favorite.
Yeah, this is the original from, what is this, Al? The 3, what's the class number?
NCC 1701A.
Yeah, this is from the original starter. If you'll notice, though, if you flip it over, it didn't print out totally good, too, because I'm working on the sides kind of drooped right along in here.
Them Klingons, man. Just
melted the
all over the place.
But I mean, it really turned. Now the holes, when you see all these holes, they have to be in there for vents for the stuff to vent out of, and I can fill them in and paint it. Don't get me wrong, but overall, it turned out as a good print. I mean,
yeah, it was pretty good.
Are you going to Aztec it, Russ?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with it. And then those are the two, because I just ordered some filament because my filament was old. I tried to print something and I figured out it was old. So I ordered all new resin, I should say. I ordered all new resin. I got a ton of resin that's in stock. And this was out of a brand new bottle. I ordered one bottle to test it out. And now I've got a stock load so I can go forward. So let me set these over here out of the way and set them in a position so that they won't fall. But then I'd been doing some PLA. This is a Porgy or whatever from Mandalorian. This is what the baby baby, what's his name? Baby.
He's not Yoda. Baby, not
Yeah,
Yoda.
baby. Well, I will call him Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
This is
baby
what the
not
Baby
Yoda.
Yoda likes to eat. This is a baby Porgy that I printed. He turned out, and this is from my brand new Flu Sun Racer. I put this in as a and tried it in to see how long it would take, and it took it on the normal Fluson Pro 2 hours and something minutes, and this did this thing in just a tad bit over an hour, and it turned out perfect. I mean, the scale of it looks, I mean, you can see the lines, yes, but the resolution turned out perfect. And it took it like 53 minutes, I believe it was. So it
Sweet.
cut the printing time in half of the Pro. So I'm like, all right. So I did that. Then I found this one. Yeah, he's all articulating. His tail goes up and down. His legs go out. They will splay out. His head goes up and down. And this one took half the time of the Flusun Pro. So I am very happy with my racer that I won on the
Too cool.
out of that contest. And then I did a little alligator. He turned out great. I can't believe it can print that good and that quick with this resolution. I mean, it's like,
And what's the name of that printer?
it's a Fluson Racer. Oh, they got a new one out, even better than this one. It's the Fluson 400 something MX. This is the one I won on the contest I did in.
That one is like $700.
Yeah, this was a lizard I printed on it, and he turned out like perfect.
I love that gold. Baby.
Yeah, this was a filament that I bought that was multicolored, so everything came out different. The same roll printed this.
Gotcha.
That silk is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's silk, and the same roll printed the same two things. It just, this run out into this color. See how it's kind of like pinkish or reddish on the bottom, or whatever you want to call it, and then it turned out to this, and this one turned out gold. Just like this one came out from that same roll. So he was
And things up.
a certain color at the bottom that turned more red at the top.
Are you going to print a Grogu and then put him in Grogu's mouth?
It printed this. Now, the only problem with this was, and I think it was my fault for the supports, was his little hand didn't turn out the bottom so good.
Oh, it looks like you got it caught in the machine or something.
Well, so, but I printed a little one of these with a stand. And then the last but not least, I printed another one of these, which I've printed before.
You really like the articulating ones, don't you, Russ?
Yeah.
They're
I love the articulating ones.
I like
No,
it.
well, you say I love the articulating ones, but this is not articulating.
Yeah, I'm not that crazy about that.
And
But
he's
anyway.
only like 10% infill for, so if you,
It's like the moon. The moon is hollow.
yeah, he's very hollow. Can y'all hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's very hollow, but he turned out very well.
Nice.
I mean, I'm really surprised at as fast as that thing prints, the quality that it prints. I really am surprised at it. And even with the articulating stuff, I'm surprised. I mean, that everything articulates as it should. and you can splay his legs out. It's like it's at the speed that it prints and with the articulation that it does. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I would recommend it. I don't know what they're selling for at this particular moment. I know that you have the new one out, which is the 400 something series, but this one I got was now listing on Amazon for like $400, I think it is. And I entered the contest and won it for free. So I was like, wow, I'm happy.
If you figure out how to print that stuff in chocolate, you make a killing in Easter.
Oh yeah. You know what the weird thing about it is? Oh, first off, I asked this question. Now, let me get out of full screen mode because I asked this question, and my go-to people like Jim Bashirs and Dixon Hoffman and Al Forte is, can you dry PL too much? Because I have a problem with a red filament that I've used on bunches of prints, and I bought 2 coolers, or I'd say I bought them. I had 2 coolers, and I put them side by side. I bored holes in them. I ran into the coolers. You can buy these gun cabinet heaters, and so I put the gun cabinet heaters in there to heat the elements, and then I put desiccant in there also to absorb moisture. And I took a red PLA that I've used. I mean, I've used it and used it on different things. It's only about a half a roll, but I wanted to. Oh, this is the other one I wanted to show. This is my new Simply 3D Creations. I ended up carrying the green because the red wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But this is on the racer and took like 35, 40 minutes. I was like, holy crap, that's fast. And it turned out, I mean, absolutely fantastic. I mean, if you watch this thing print, you're going, I sit there and for like 30 minutes and just was mesmerized at the thing moving around so fast. I was like, how can the element come out that? But now you have to realize, the print temperature, because this thing moves so fast, is for PLA is 220 degrees.
It'll make it liquid, spit it out.
Yeah, they recommend 220 degrees, and I took the accepted Cura recommendations for it and printed everything at that temperature. Yes, 220 degrees. That's really hot for PLA, but because of the fact it's so fast, it has to have that high temperature to spit it out so fast.
Yep.
But the red had been in the same box with this at 35% humidity, 80 degrees temperature, and the red would not work. So I don't know what I took the red out, and I decided this room is air conditioned. I decided to leave the red out for a few days and see if it would climatize to this climate and try it again. I've used the red. I've done several projects with it. It worked before. The green in the same box worked. So I'm not quite sure as to what the problem is. And I asked Dixon, can you dry PL? And that's the question for those of you out there. Can you over dry PLA? Dixon said yes.
I agree with Dixon.
Yes.
So what would be the accepted percentage of, that's 35%. What would be accepted? Like 50 or 60%? I mean,
move to Texas. Don't worry about it.
Huh?
Move to Texas. Don't worry about it. Florida's got too
Well,
much
I
humidity.
understand that, but my point being is I thought by putting them in coolers and keeping them super dry, that it would be better. But obviously, I went on the other end of the scale. You can either have too wet, or obviously you can have too dry.
Well, mine, when it's too dry, like I was mentioning, it's because it's sitting there a couple of days and the filament breaks. It just breaks off, and you just take more off the roll and refeed it through.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I think I'm going to take the roll and just leave it in this room and let it climatize to this room and then try it and see if it works okay.
I'd give it a try, Russ, before you let it climatize. Just pull some off the spoon and try to use it.
Yeah, that's what I think I'll do. Well, because I thought I was doing great. The lower humidity and, it should be fantastic. But obviously, I went from one extreme to another extreme, too wet to too dry.
Sounds like it, yeah.
So, no, what I did, like I said, I bought 2 coolers. I bored holes in them. The gun cabinet things are designed with no thing on the end to hook up the heater, so that you can bore a very small hole in the side of the cooler and feed the wire in, and then you hook it to the heater for the gun cabinet heater. I've used these before. I used them in my boat for my battery compartment. I was having a problem with humidity in my battery compartment. I put one in it, and it was connected to the place that did my battery maintainer, and it kept my battery compartment heated. Put one in there. So much so that I didn't have a problem with the humidity. So I'm thinking like, all right, it'll work for these coolers. So I bought 2 of them, put them in there, and then put some, stay dry or whatever you want to call it. You can buy it from the stores. Desiccant. Into their, huh?
Yeah, desiccant.
Yeah, desiccant in there also to absorb the moisture. And I would just go for a while and turn them on and let it run for 24. They're on automatic timers that on my actual cell phone, so I can turn them on and say run for 12 hours and turn off, and it'll run for 12 hours and turn off. So I keep them very, very, very dry, both coolers, and pulled that red roll out because I wanted to do this. 2 of my favorite colors are red and blue. I wanted to do this in red for Simply 3D Creations. That's my new logo for 3D stuff, like Simply Wooden Creations, Simply Laser Creations, Simply 3D Creations. And the red wouldn't work. So I pulled the same out, the green roll, put it in, the green roll worked. So that's my new logo for 3D Creations. So I don't know. I'll experiment with it first. This turned out perfect. I mean, it really did. I'm talking about like, wow. It's very smooth. You don't even hardly see I turned it on ironing, and the initial last layer is actually as smooth as glass. I mean, it is exceptionally smooth. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Now, between the A, right here, between the A and the N, it kind of filled that in. I can just go in there and take my knife and clean that out right in there. That's supposed to be a space. Oh, I'm trying to get my finger over to where I'm pointing at. Right in here is supposed to be a space, and it's kind of halfway filled in. So I can go in there and clean that out really easy. But the texture, the smoothness, and as fast as this thing printed, I'm like, holy crap. But why did the red do that?
You let that sit out for a couple days, then you try it, and if it doesn't work, then it actually had too much. It had more moisture in it than your green. Then it's got to be dried more.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I figured. You know, if any, there's three people I ask questions. First is Dixon. I'm sorry, Jim Bashir's and Al Forte, but Dixon's the first one on the list. Dixon and I appreciate you so much, Dixon. When I ask him a question, he immediately, responds quickly and gives me information, and everything that he has given me as 100% worked when I follow his directions. So first one's Dixon, and then it's Jim and Al follow. I will ask them, and they have given me information and helped also. I'm not going to discount anything that Al says or Jim says because I know they're into 3D printing also.
Well, just say, what did Dixon say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like I figured y'all were asking Dixon what to do. So that's the reason I go to Dixon first. But I don't know, Al, I've asked Al a couple of questions, and he came back real quick with something, and it worked too. So, I'm not going to discount any of y'all.
Yeah, but the wrong answer is still not the answer you want. I give you an answer.
Yeah. So,
by the way,
I got another problem too. I'm fixing to post out on Facebook, and I'd appreciate anybody, including all of my friends, here. I'm having that new bathtub that I brought in for my wife. The faucets are leaking. And I went back in the manual and can't find out what type of faucet it is. So I'm going to take it apart and pull the innards out and take pictures of it and post it on Facebook. And anybody that can figure out like it's a Pfizer, a Kohler, a Delta, what type of faucet it is, because I'm going to have to repair it. And I can't find any information on what type of faucet it is.
9 out of 10 times, it's going to be a rubber gasket inside.
Yeah, you're going to see
No, it's not a rubber gasket. It's a different configuration. I already replaced the rubber gasket on the back side, and it's still leaking.
No,
it's
inside
the
control.
It's impossible for me to explain other than for me to post the pictures. Then you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Did you ask Dixon?
Some of the ones we sold at Lowe's, you couldn't repair the faucet. You had to replace it.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, if it's one of those. But then how the hell do I put a new faucet on this damn thing? Because my wife and her bathtub loves it. So
what did Dixon say?
There's times when you buy that stuff and that faucet stuff comes from China, it's a knockoff and you're not going to find parts for it. You might have to put a new faucet that's the same shape or sticks up high. You might have to buy a new one and stick it on there from Lowe's or Home Depot.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking may happen. Yes, you're right.
Because I got LED lights fixtures that I put in my kitchen, brand new, nice curved LED. You cannot find those bulbs, so I had to just put the other bulbs in with the 2 pins, and they stick down a little, but nobody knows the difference until you point it out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm in the. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Same thing along y'all's lines. That.
So what time is it?
What?
What time? You're going to get in trouble.
What kind is this bathtub?
No. What time is it?
Oh, what time it is? It's time for me to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So, listen, if you're too darn busy to get out in your shop, because I told my wife I'd get out of here at 9 o'clock and it's 9:05. If you're too darn busy to get out in your shop and make some sawdust, you're either lazy or you're just too darn busy. Either way, get out in your shop, make some sawdust, and in my case, print something on your 3D printer or make something in Al's case on your laser, but get out in your shop and do something and get off your butt, okay? Just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching, and God bless.
All right, boys and girls, can't go. You don't have to. Yeah, try it again. You can't stay here, but you can't go home. I don't care. Just go.
What Chris didn't say.
Let's put it up tonight.
Do video live on my
You don't have
channel.
to go home.
You can't stay here. You gotta go home.